Good morning, and welcome to Elite Ghana Biofood Training. We have done a lot of explanation in lecture 1, so lecture 2 is just to show you videos of how it's done. Probably some students might not know, get the whole concept without video illustration, and so we are not going to talk much in this video, so you can concentrate and watch the video. Where we think explanation is needed, we will only talk over there. Thank you. So where we are saying that the missing is actually the soccer way, which we said earlier on should be the soccer way should be 4 feet down, and then the distance from the digester should be probably 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 feet away from the digester. The digester is 3 feet down, while the sockaway is 4 feet down. So kindly take note of that. And let me also add that the sockaway we usually put the sand, the gravels there. Okay. Yeah. So the gravel is placed to the level of the gravel is poured into the digester. Okay, as you can see the missing here, taking the Z dimension of the digester itself. And a few explanation here is needed, and that is what this video is from one of our students, and there was a slight issue here. He is supposed, before you start laying the block, you have to turn the block upside down. Okay, turn the block upside down to serve as a base for the digester. Before you, from there, from the first base, the second block should be standing on it, and then the third. So in all, the base should be flat. You turn the first block upside down, then you can lay 3 blocks on it to get your maximum height. So what we are doing, the guy is doing here, is actually trying to create rolls. As you can see, this is to encourage more spreading of water. Okay, so that the water can actually spread into the soil. When you create a hole like this, then you have to cover it with the black polythene bag before you put it on the chipping that will be spread in the holes from the digester to the manhole. You have to cover it with a polythene bag to avoid the chipping from entering the pipe. It's important to plaster the walls in the digester, but don't plaster the floor in the digester. I repeat, don't plaster the floor in the digester. Never plaster the floor in the digester, but you can plaster the walls. As I said earlier on, that's the chipping that they are spreading in the gutters to the the sockaway before placing that pipe, the pipe that they've cut, before placing it on it. But before you place it on it, you have to make sure you tie it with rubber, and that rubber you have to perforate it down for easy drainage. And make sure you get your alignments right when placing the piping, so that you're sloping right, so that once they flush, the water can move into the sockaway. That is the plumber's glue I talked about in lecture 1. And there are some caps that hollow cap or sieving cap kind of, that you have to use to cover the pipe that will be entering the digester. It is done because we don't want a situation whereby uh, the stones or the chippings will enter the digester. So at the down before entering the hand here, before entering, you cover it with that cap. It's in lecture one. So once you watch, you refer back to lecture one. So as I said, this is the rubber. The reason why we are covering here is because you have to cover it before you pour the sand on it, so that we are trying to avoid a situation by all these things are done because we are protecting the PVC pipe from being choked. So the point into the digester showing, that is why you are supposed to use the cap to cover. This is the slab. You can see the entry of the pipe from the socket into the digester here. That is why you have to cover with the cap, the white, the sieve cap. So you can see the first thing we've poured into the digester is the chippings. You have to pour it to the level at where you've turned the block upside down. It should reach that level.